The Kennedy Center Honors will continue here. This is CBS.
Welcome back to the grand foyer of the Kennedy Center, site of performances of all types of music, from classical and Latin to hip-hop and folk, which brings us to our next honoree, Joan Baez. It's my pleasure to introduce her good friend, 7-time Grammy nominee and Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, Jackson Browne.
In the 1960s, there was an inseparable link between the changes that were happening across the country and the folk music that was being rediscovered by a new generation. Of the many great artists who performed these songs, the one who suddenly came to national prominence was Joan Baez. In fact, the first record I ever bought with my own money was Joan's second album. To me, this was completely new music that had a galvanizing effect. My friends and I joined hands, demonstrated, and sang songs of protest. To track Joan's involvement in human rights and social justice is to chart the evolution of our own moral awakening. Her example has been, from the beginning, one of empowerment.
Maybe someday all our trials will be over.
Music alone is not enough for me. I never thought about combining music and politics. It just came so naturally to me.
There's no need for anger, there's no need.
For over 6 decades, Joan Baez has raised our collective consciousness. She's protested violence with peace and shined her light on civil rights, gay rights, human rights.
Dr. King was one of the figures who fed what I believed in.
Free at last! Free at last!
And continued giving me that strength and the energy and the nerves.
She united us in song and gave us the soundtrack to a soaring rhetoric.
My mom was a natural pacifist, and I was the same way. From a very, very early age, kind of put it together in my head about human suffering. You know, I didn't want to get hurt. Why would anybody else want to get hurt?
Joan put purpose to music and exposed us to people and places that deserved our attention.
Miss Joan Baez, come on.
They say everything can be replaced.
In the day, we had a platform for those songs. They were underground, we were counterculture, and then all of a sudden, we were culture. The nonviolent community and the anti-war communities planned a couple of mornings of aiding and abetting the draft resistance. So I was arrested. My mom was with me. After a month, they threw Mom and me out. They figured we were the troublemakers.
I mean, you go into jail as a pacifist, you come out a stronger pacifist.
All my freedom now.
Joan Baez has been the conscience and the voice of generations.
Good morning, children of the 80s. This is your Woodstock, and it's long overdue.
She has taken her message of peace and love from Hanoi to Sarajevo and many points in between.
When I travel, it's me trying to offer my gift, which is my voice.
And today, she's made the journey back home, making resonant music with her family.
Now I am sharing a legacy with my son and granddaughter. We're musicians together, and pals together, and family together.
Joan, your legacy will live forever. And with you deep in our hearts, we do believe we shall overcome someday.
And now, here's Phoebe Bridgers.
Joan Baez is nothing less than a warrior. When she joined the folk movement, Joan gave voice to the originators of those songs. They were the disenfranchised workers, immigrants, slaves, indigenous people who built this country and whose music reflect their outlook on life. Their universal stories spoke to and for everyone who had been marginalized by society. She also gave us peaceful anthems of hope, philosophical declarations of faith, and her personal recollections of bittersweet memories. One of those songs Joan recorded for her first album is a traditional folktale of heartbreak avoided. Now, outside to perform that classic, Silver Dagger, here's Grammy winner Rhiannon Giddens, joined by Joan's frequent collaborator, Dirk Powell.
Don't sing love songs, you wake my mother. She's sleeping here right by my side, and in her right hand a silver dagger. She says that I can't be your bride. I'm in a fall, says my mother. They'll tell you wicked, tender lies. The very next evening, they'll court another, leave you alone to pine and sigh. Go court another tender maiden and hope that she will be your wife. For I've been warned and I've decided to sleep alone all of my life.
Here's Tom Morello.
Joan Baez is more than an international folk singer. She's an international folk hero. Throughout her career, through decades of music, she has been a tireless and uncompromising advocate for human rights and social justice. I've had the honor of sharing the stage with her several times, and whether singing her own songs or creating timeless classics interpreting others' music, through her gorgeous voice, she has always been unapologetic in the pursuit of truth, beauty, and righteousness. Her cover of House of the Rising Sun off her debut album was a signal flare, letting the world know that a truly important artist had arrived. And now, to perform that classic hit with the National Symphony Orchestra, here's Grammy winner Sturgill Simpson.
There is a house in New Orleans they call Rising Sun, and it's been the room of many old girls and me. Oh God, I've won. But listen, what my mother said, I'd have been home today. But I was young and foolish, oh Lord, little ram that lead me straight. Oh, tell my baby sister not to do what I had done. Oh, my son, that house down in New Orleans that they call
Now, let's go back outside for a medley of Joan's most iconic songs. Here are Grammy winners Emmylou Harris and Mary Chapin Carpenter.
I'll be dead. Here comes your ghost again. But that's not unusual. It's just that the moon is full and you happen to call. 10 years ago, I bought you some cufflinks. You brought me something. We both know what memories can bring. They bring diamonds and rust. Now I see you standing with brown leaves falling all around and snow in your hair. Now you're smiling out that window of that crummy hotel over Washington Square. Our breath comes out, white clouds mingles and hangs in the air. Speaking strictly for me, we both could have died then and there. I believe in prophecy. Some folks see things not everybody can see. Once in a while they pass the secret along to you and me. And I believe in miracles. Something sacred burning in every bush and tree. We can all learn to sing the songs the angels sing. And I believe in God, and God ain't me. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday.
Next, award-winning stars of TV, movies, and Broadway pay tribute to the legendary Dick Van Dyke on the Kennedy Center Honor.